Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Treya Tarot. This is the collective reading for Friday. What is it? The 18th, October 18th, 2024. I've already shuffled the deck and I'm just cutting it to get it ready for the reading. I'm using the Dark Woods Tarot today, the Dark Wood Tarot by Sasha Graham, just because I felt like it. It's a shadow work deck, but the images just float my boat, so I'm going to read it as a traditional deck today. I did want to say that if you like these readings, I really appreciate everyone who is watching. If you like these readings, please subscribe and ring the notification bell. It really helps me to grow. And I appreciate everyone who's watching these and interacting. And if you're leaving comments, thank you so much. It feels so nice to be talking to people, you know. Okay, let's see what we have on for today. Queen of Swords. Let's see, can I get these a little bit more space? Queen of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Okay, well, there's your divine counterparts there. There's definitely pairings happening. You know, that's been coming through in a lot of the readings. The pairings of how do I say this? Yeah, I want to use the word divine counterpart to make it understood what I mean, even though I think I'd prefer a different term. I have my coffee over here, keeping me going. The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords have this clarity to them, independent of their individual meanings. Queen of Swords being that she cuts through illusions, and the King of Swords being that sort of fair, almost stern, kind of aggressive, in-your-face energy. But the fact that they're swords tells me that there's a clarity. There's a clarity of purpose over that Ten of Pentacles. There is a sense of these two building something, building some sort of foundational structure, because they're already so aligned. Obviously, they're a pair. Page of Swords. So much swords. There's definitely some new thoughts, new ideas, new self-concept, messages about intention. Eight of Cups, leaving felicity behind. Okay, so there is a clarity of a message relating to a loss. Okay, so there's someone here, or if we're going to read this as a collective experience, there is an energy transition of alignment leading into expression of the leaving behind of loss, to move on with that Two of Pentacles to something new. I wouldn't be surprised if many of us get faced with that moment over the weekend, because this reading obviously extends into Sunday. But the Page of Swords being so important in terms of creating the new idea so that the old idea can be let go of with that eight. Excuse me. Just needed a tissue. Okay, so the page leads into the leaving behind of something. I say a loss, but I don't necessarily mean the kind of loss you grieve. The Two of Pentacles tells me that this is not the loss you grieve. This is the loss you intentionally move toward. This is the type of thing that your new idea leads you away from. So, for instance, I just had a conversation with a friend this morning about leaving behind the fantasy so that you can find the reality of something. That's definitely in alignment with the reading here so far. Okay. But the King and Queen tell me that there's an integration here. There's an integration about reality. Excuse me. There's an integration here about reality. For some people, that is a couplehood experience of building a foundation. For others, it will be about integrating direction and perseverance and strength so that you can let a new idea take root instead of going back to an old comfort. Knight of Wands. I love that. There's that passionate purpose there that I really appreciate adding to the whole picture. Death. And then the Queen of Pentacles. Let's cover her up. The Queen of Pentacles makes me feel like there's an extension of the Queen of Swords energy there. So that those two queens seem to be, they're looking away from each other, if you see. It's almost like either ends of a spectrum. The Queen of Swords cuts through the crap, and the Queen of Pentacles nurtures and shares and establishes community and gives over and enjoys and, seeks pleasure and happiness. That Knight of Wands causes that transition. That Knight of Wands energy, the movement towards what you feel passionate about, the movement towards something that feels creatively driven or romantically driven, or I would say pay attention to anything that makes you feel, for lack of a better word, hot. Anything that lights your fire. That is what leads you to the transition. So you're transitioning that very strong, pointed, calculating energy here into something much more magnanimous and open and warm. And that's essentially the whole of the transition for this weekend. Leaving behind something, moving away from something that has blocked the new thing. So don't be surprised if you come to a conclusion this weekend of, okay, I'm really moving forward. I'm no longer going to give any of my attention to this old aspect of self or this old situation that is just not real. It's just not manifesting in my life as important. Five of Cups. Okay. I always wonder when the Five of Cups comes up. So there's the potential of experiencing a bit of loss again. I know the Eight of Cups is intentional loss, but the Five of Cups is that sort of grief that happens when we lose something we think we really want. The thing with the Five of Cups is that centering around the Death card with the Chariot on the other side gives me the very clear distinction that this Five of Cups is from before. The Five of Cups is the self-defeating task or action that we're taking that keeps us from having that Chariot moment, pulling ourselves up and out of stagnation. So the death transformation that's represented here is the transformation from grief to empowerment. Sadness or rejection or loss to a sense of self that does not get dissuaded by that. That just keeps pulling themselves up, pulling us back to what we really are, what we're really doing, what we want. I like seeing death transform through passionate purpose or through fire and creativity, a grief cycle into an empowerment cycle. The Chariot for me, because in a lot of the decks there's the sun is represented in the card, the Chariot for me has Phoenix energy, rising from the ashes kind of energy. So rising from the ashes of grief into something that you've chosen, something that you're clear about, something that you know you want, and leaving behind the indecision of, I don't know if I'm worthy of this. Two of Pentacles. Doesn't matter how you go about this, you will succeed. So if you are coming into a question of, am I worthy enough for what I want? The answer is probably yes. Most of the time it is. Most of the time we are worthy of our highest dreams and goals, And you can do it by literally switching your perspective, by changing the idea, by remembering how to integrate direction and strength. And I literally just talking to someone about what it's like to do something, even though your feelings haven't caught up yet, to know enough, to mentally know enough that you want to go in a direction to where you can take steps, regardless of whether or not you feel prepared or in alignment or ready or, whatever word you choose. That's what this reads as. Taking steps in the direction of what you actually want, knowing that you may have to let go of a sense of feeling that you're comfortable with. And then the Hanged Man, which has been coming up over and over and over again in my readings. The Hanged Man, joyful waiting. This to me reads like, once you do this work, once you make the decision, you're going to end up in a place that builds slowly. And you'll enjoy that. So this isn't about a rush. This isn't about a rush into a new life. This is about a switch over from stagnation to movement. But the movement feels like finding your place. The movement feels like, I can hang out here for a while. There's stuff to learn here, so I'm just going to chill. That's what it feels like. But it's all because you decide that you want to leave behind an old way of engaging with yourself, with your actions, because it's pretty clear to me that this is about action. This is about attention directed as action. Be careful what you give your attention to. Be careful what you're taking steps towards. Make sure it's something that feels good to you. And if you can, this weekend, leave behind the things that you're ready to let go of, even if you feel attached. Okay. Well, happy weekend of letting go. And I hope everyone gets through to the other side on Monday feeling resolved and a little bit better about where they are. Okay. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you soon.